Good afternoon, Stampers. This is Therese Burdette from Therese's Stamping Addiction, and today I am going to continue my series on scrapbooking the sunniest days. Excuse me. Let me make sure that I keep getting this one mixed up. Yes, it is the sunniest stories. I'm sorry, I keep wanting to call it sunniest days. They should rename it sunniest days, don't you think? By Stampin' Up. And today we're going to do the fourth layout because we are working backwards. And that layout is this one on the back side of your instruction forms. And we're going to put that together. And because this is this set I found was a little bit confusing when I went to put it together, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to do a video series on this and help other people put this together. So before I get started, I have a couple of announcements that I want to make. First, I am offering a class with the Balloon Festoon Stampin' Up bundle. And that class will be live here in the Stamping Studio on August 15th at 10 a.m. However, if you are not in the Brandenburg, Kentucky area and unable to make my class, I have two options for you. You can order the class for $25, which is the class fee, the in-person class fee, plus an $8 shipping fee. Now, this class will include a full package of the painted patterns designer series paper, which is a $19 value. So it's a great deal. So you're basically getting your money back in product with this class that I'm offering this month because it's my birthday month, and I am going to tell you about another special here in a minute. But first I want to share the cards that you'd be making. There's 5 cards, and I will have the pieces cut out for you except the part with the designer series paper. You'll be cutting that out yourself. So this is card number 1, card number 2, card number 3, card number 4, card number 5. So they're very easy cards to put together. Any level of stamper would be excited and to put this together. So then the next thing is, in honor of my birthday, I have a ordering special. So between now and August 15th, if you place a $50 product order with me, you will get a free roll of Stampin' Up ribbon that has been retired, brand new, never been used or opened. If you place an order with me for $100 in product or more, in addition to the ribbon, you'll get a retired embellishment as well. So just place that order at my ordering online store is Therese, T-E-R-E-S-E _ Burdette, B-U-R-D-E-T-T-E, Stampin, S-T-A-M-P-I-N .up.net. And I will get these out in the mail to you right after you place an order with me. So let's get started on the scrapbook pages. And I am going to be let me show you the pictures. This was a really cool place, 2 hours from my house, near Mammoth Caves. And it's called Kentucky Down Under. And it is a wildlife park where you walk among the animals, especially the kangaroos, which were really cool. So I have pictures that I want to scrapbook on these pages from that day that we spent down there. So let's get started here. Let me move the camera down. Okay. So what you're going to do is you need to get your yellow notebook, 12 by 12 pieces for this. And we are going to first need a piece of white. And I missed this when I was planning this. Let me see if I can find that sheet that we need here. Well, you know what? I don't see it right now. I have missed that piece. Unless, nope. I can't believe I did that. Okay, I'll tell you what, until I get started with that, we're gonna go to the second side of the layout, which you need to have your paper turned this way so that the little circles that you tear off are gonna be on the right side. And that's going to be the same on both. No, actually, it's this way. Because they are going to be facing each other on the 2-page layout. So, let me go ahead and put that there. We are going to need a piece of the Designer Series paper. And I'm going to cut this in half. This is the piece that has the flowers and the paper clips. And let's see how long this is. This is 9 inches, almost 9. So I'm just gonna do 4.5. They're not gonna be the same, but that's all right, because they're gonna be covered. And what's gonna be nice about this paper, it's lined. I don't know if you can see that here with the camera, but it is lined. So it'll make it so much easier to line everything up straight. So I'm going to start with putting some stamping seal on the edges here. The stamping seal is really a strong holding adhesive, and I really like using Stampin' Seal. It does seem to withstand the humidity that we have here in Kentucky. So we're going to place that down. Then we need a piece of green. And that's going to come from these little cards that we have here. So we're going to place that there. And on this card, I cut out from the strips of ephemera a journaling piece that's going to go here. And then we have another piece of ephemera that I cut out, and it goes right there. Then the photo, which you want one that is in landscape, and I am finding that I'm not been very good about taking a lot of pictures in landscape. So I need to start doing more landscape pictures. So that's going to go like tucked right under here. Then we need a piece of, there was some striped paper right here, and I am going to cut a strip of that down. And that looks like that is about 3 inches. So I'm going to cut this down on the green line. And actually what I'm going to do is I am going to line it up like that. So that is approximately 3.5 inches. And I probably shouldn't have cut it down. I probably should have left all the colors together, because it doesn't completely cover the heart. But that's all right, because this is my page, and I can have my page look however I want. So we're going to put that over here. Then we are going to have a flower that's a sticker there, and family right there. So let's get started putting the rest of these pieces down. So I think the first thing that I'm going to do, and I'm going to use some green glue by Tombow on this one. And I think I went a little too heavy with the glue. Remember the little saying that you may have learned in preschool, ... not a lot? One of my best friends tells me that all the time. And I like to pass that on to my customers as well when I'm teaching classes. So, because you don't want your paper to warp. So the Tombow green glue is a very strong holding glue with paper crafting. So it's not watered down like Elmer's. So it is a very good glue. So let's go ahead and offset this like about right here. And I'll be doing my journaling talking about Harper, my grandson, feeding the kangaroo. And that was such a fun day. And I hope that they remember that day. And if not, they will have my scrapbooks to look at, and that might jar their memories, because that was an experience that I will never forget. To be able to walk and pet kangaroos, and it was such a fun day. Okay, so I like to use the Stampin' Seal on photos. I don't prefer to put glue down, and I know I have on some of my other videos, but that was only because I did not have my Stampin' Seal close hand, and I did not want to interrupt the video and run across my craft room and pull it out. So we're going to set this photo right here. I think I don't want to have any yellow showing there, so I'm going to place it right here. And I may not place everything exactly how they have it, because I want to make this suit my page. And that's the thing, these sketches can be just a jumping off point. They can help you. You can do it exactly, or if you need to do an adjustment with it, the adjustment will work too. So let's see, I think I'm going to place this up here because I do not want to cover Harper, because that was such a thrilling day that he got to feed and pet these kangaroos. I don't know who was more excited, whether it was me or him, but it was a fun day. And I am so happy that I got to have that experience with my grandkids. Dot, dot, not a lot. Remember that. There. Next thing I'm going to do is take my sticker page and let's see. Nope, I'm not going to take my sticker page quite yet. I am going to look for the Calypso Coral Colored Flower that sits up here. I tried to pull things off to be prepped, but I could not. I missed a couple. Here it is. So we're going to place this right up here in the corner. I hope everybody is having a wonderful summer. It is been a beautiful summer here in Kentucky this year. We were in a drought for a while, and now we are not. We are no longer in a drought. It's going to be raining today, but if you've never been to Kentucky, it's just a beautiful state. It's my adopted home. I grew up in Ohio. And I moved around as an adult because of my husband's work. But we decided to retire in Kentucky. So here we go. This is the finished page. So my favorite things, family. So I moved it down because family is one of my favorite things, especially grandkids. And if you don't have grandkids, I can't describe the feeling of that you have for your grandkids. But they are a wonderful blessing. Okay, now, see how quickly we got one page done? So let's get started with the second page. And once again, we're going to use a piece of this paper that you had cut out last week for layout 5. I'm going to set that there. We have a library checkout page. Who remembers checking out books and where the librarian wrote your name and the due date in there, and with the title and the author of the book? It's such a different experience going to the library now. Okay, so we're going to put the flower here. We're going to put my story across here. We are going to, here is a notepad, and let me poke these little holes out. Let me get my take your pick tool. This is the handiest little thing that I ever bought from Stampin' Up. And what we're going to do, we have this sheet here that says memo, and I'm going to cut this out, and we're going to glue that on top of here. Because I didn't find a memo pad like they showed here on the diagram that was Calypso Coral and with this. So I'm assuming that this is what they meant for us to do. So let's get started putting this together permanently. So once again, green glue to adhere it down. Then I am going to put this on top of there. I'm going to set it down at an angle. Then we are going to use a sticker of one of the pink flowers right here off of our sticker page. And pull that off. That goes down here. And I'll be later doing my journaling on this. This is going to be another part of the journaling process right down here. So let's go ahead and put more green glue on here. If you have never used Stampin' Up! Products, I really challenge you to try them out. They are very good quality. The paper is a nice weight. It's not flimsy paper. Everything is color coordinated. All their inks, their papers, their cardstocks. It was designed that way. So I think I'm going to take this flower, this blue flower that's going to be placed down here on the left bottom of the library checkout card, and I'm going to pop it up with some dimensionals. Give the page a little bit of depth. Dimensionals, I love dimensionals. And Stampin' Up's dimensionals are different from Pop Dots that you would buy at the craft store. Because the dimensionals are not as tall as Pop Dots, and I just prefer the little lower height. It just gives a little bit of lift that adds the dimension. So let's see. Now we're going to put my story down, and I'll be telling the story of the day that we went to Kentucky Down Under. Kentucky Down Under is just off of I-65 in central Kentucky. And it is a nice little day visit. If you live in the Nashville area, it's just a couple of hours north. I know you have a nice zoo down there in Nashville, but I really think that Kentucky Down Under is a pretty cool place, worth the trip. So I have a picture here, and I'm going to have to cut one down. And I have this picture here that was taken from a little further away. So I'm going to, doesn't he just look so thrilled right there? He probably would kill me if he saw that picture of himself. He's 16 now, so 16-year-olds are a little bit more self-conscious about everything. So I'm going to cut this down so the picture is 4x4. And we'll go right here. First, let me put this glue lid back on, because you don't want to let your glue sit out with the lid on, because it'll make it harder to use later. So I'm going to line it up next to here. And I'm going to cut this one down a little bit because I don't want that not showing right there. So I'm going to cut part of this down. About an inch would probably be okay. Yeah, there we go. So we got that there. So pull out my Stampin' Seal again. Okay, there we go. So, in less than 20 minutes, we've completed a 2-page layout. Let me see if I can hold this up. There we go. So you can see what it looks like. So we have a nice layout to show the wonderful day that we spent at Kentucky Down Under. So thank you for tuning in. I will return next Thursday at 1 o'clock with another live stamping. We will be doing layout number 3 on the Sunniest Stories by Stampin' Up. And I hope to see you there. Thank you very much, and you have a wonderful afternoon. Happy stamping and scrapping.